Hi, I'm Koya Webb, and welcome to day 6, our balancing yoga flow. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, and after you enjoy the video, make sure you comment below and let me know what you liked about it. So we're just going to get started working on balancing. It really helps you when you have to make fast reactions, just to learning to balance and center your body will also help you balance and center your mind. So let's get started on our hands and knees. We're going to just do a couple of cat-cows to warm up. Come onto your toes, your knees, and spread your fingers wide on your mat, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. I don't know what shoulders are. So round your back, tuck your chin into your chest, and just breathe. And then slowly arch shoulders away from your ears, look up. Again, round, tuck your chin into your chest. And arch shoulders away from your ears, look up. I'm going to just do a couple of these, and I want you to just kind of invite some organic movement into your body. Maybe rounding at the hips, maybe bending the arms, just breathing. And then let's go the opposite direction. If you want to feel primal, like you're a cat, or a cow, or a dog, anything like that. It's just really inviting those movements into your body. And then come back to your hands and knees. And now let's bring your knees together to touch, feet together to touch. And go ahead and extend your right leg back. You want to engage your core, lengthening away from your hands, and just hold it here. Flex your foot towards the floor and engage your core. If this is enough for you, feel free to stay here. But if you can bring your left hand forward just to challenge your balance a little bit, then go ahead and bring it forward here. This is easy for you. Go ahead and bring it up. Just breathing here and really lengthen your arm forward and your foot back. And we're going to have a lot of levels here. If you want to stay here, just hold it here, balancing. If you want to go a little bit further, bend your back knee, reach back and grab your foot. Now, if you can grab your foot, you're welcome to press your foot into your hand and lift your chest forward. Breathing nice and easy. We're just adding a nice shoulder opener and back bend here. And if you want to go a little bit further, you can come up on your fingertips again, pressing your foot into your hand to open your chest. So it's a lot of balancing. It might be a lot of shaking here, but just kind of invite it and just breathe through it. And then slowly come down. Spread your knees wide on your mat. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Go ahead and just let that go. Go ahead and just sway from side to side. Don't worry about what you did or didn't do. Just fully accepting no matter what, you're going to grow each day you come to your mat. Each day you're getting stronger and stronger. Your balance is getting better and better. Just breathe into that acceptance. Accepting yourself in yoga is so important. Let's go ahead and go to the other side. Again, come to tabletop. Bring your knees together to touch, toes together to touch. Hands underneath your shoulder. And also you want to make sure you're rotating the eyes of your elbows forward, spreading the fingers wide, and making sure that you don't have any gripping here or the fingers are popping off of your mat. You want to really protect your forearms. And then we're going to just lengthen the left leg back. Again, stopping here if that's good for you. Also, I see a lot of people untucking the toe. This actually makes it way more challenging. So tucking the toe is going to stabilize you a bit more. If you want a challenge, you can do that. But especially if you have some type of knee problems, make sure you tuck that toe under in the back. And that's in regular classes too. Always tucking the toe will help you balance better. Again, reaching the arm forward here if you want to add on. And then eventually you'll be able to balance here with one hand and one knee, toe tuck under, really lengthening your hand forward and your leg back, pointing that toe towards the ground, engaging the core. Feel free to stay here, or you can reach back, and if you can grab that foot, go ahead and press the foot into the hand and just really open your chest as much as you can. Again, pressing, backing up with your foot. And if you want to come onto the fingertips, and if you fall out, just get back up and get right back at it. It's totally normal. I fall out all the time. And I just laugh. I think it gives you, like, strength and character. It's actually what my name means, by the way. That might be a challenge question, by the way. But Koya means strength and character. If your name has a meaning, you can actually comment below what your name means. That would be fun. Go ahead and release. Bring your knees wide on your mat and completely let go. Inhale and exhale. Just let your head melt down. Feel free to rock from side to side. Deep inhale and exhale. And slowly coming up. And then just step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, down by your side. If you know me, you know I always like to do 1 or 2 sun salutations. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. It's the best thing to work every part of your body. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, step or hop back, slowly lowering down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. You should know your modifications. If you want to use your knees or come into cobra, you can do that always. Shifting your hips from side to side, spreading your fingers wide on your mat. Bring your toes together to touch. Come up high up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees and step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And this time we'll walk your feet about hip distance apart. Grab opposite elbows and just let your head go. Bend your knees slightly. I'll call this ragdoll. Just completely let go and breathe. So even though you're letting go and you're breathing, you're actually engaging your core. As you lengthen your hips up towards the sky, you're lengthening your upper body down towards the ground. Your body is going in opposition, opposing ways. And then slowly plant your hands down, lift and lengthen. And then you can grab your big toe with your peace fingers, just wrap around. And then slightly bend your knees and bend your elbows. Bring your torso all the way down to your thighs. This is one way I learned how to do standing forward fold that I love. And then eventually you want to work straightening your knees, bending your elbows, releasing your head a little bit at a time. But if you can see, my torso is still connected. So even if you have a big bend in your knee, just go ahead and stay there. If you want to keep your head up, you can, but you really eventually want to let your neck go. I know it might be scary, but this is balancing. It's balancing. You're still pulling and pressing in opposing ways. So your hips are coming up. Your upper body is going down. You're bending the elbows, but you're also releasing the shoulders away from the ears. So just breathe into the stretch. Inhale and exhale. Another deep inhale. And exhale. And then slowly inhale, lengthen up and forward. And this time place your hands underneath your feet, stepping your toes all the way up to your wrists. Step on your entire hand. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Again, bending your knees generously as much as you need to. Just relaxing and letting go. Now, if you're advanced, you can straighten the legs as much as you want and bring the head all the way down as far as you can. But just listen to your body and don't force yourself to go further than it will allow for today. Naturally, tomorrow you'll be even more flexible, but you don't have to overstretch to get there. Just want to breathe into each movement, moving mindfully. Now, slowly release. Plant your hands down. Heel toe your feet together, bend at the knees, inhale, come up, all the way up to mountain pose. Arms down by your side. Bend your knees and come up to chair pose. And now we're going to come to figure 4. So you're going to bring your knee to your navel and cross it over and bring your hands to heart center. Now sink down as low as you can. You're going to feel that nice stretch in the outside hip. Oh, it never gets easy. I always feel this stretch because I carry so much stress in my hips. Shoulders back and down away from your ears, and just find a gazing point that feels comfortable for you. Coming down as much as you like. If you want to stay here, that's absolutely fine. Also, if you want to add an arm balance here, this is a beautiful place for you to work up to it. So you can stay here in figure 4, but for the arm balance, you'll just plant your hands down. You're going to come into Chaturanga arms, and you're going to first just see if you can lean forward into your arms and pick your toe off the ground. It's going to be a sweet balance between letting your weight come forward above your hands and also picking your toe up. And if you can get your toe up, you can press down into your shins. Again, finding that balance and lift that back leg up, just finding your length and your strength right here. And then when you're done, just slowly come back and come back to figure four. And if you're in figure four, you didn't go anywhere, that's perfect as well. Just stay here. And eventually when you're ready, you can play with that arm balance. Slowly, let's come up together, knee to navel, and down. All right, shake it out, and let's go to the other side. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale up for chair pose. Left knee to the navel and cross it over. Bring the hands to heart center, and first just really align your spine, navel in, shoulders away from your ears, and just sit down and back. If you need to press your hip down, you can go ahead and do that, but just find that space where you're like, oh yeah, I can stay here all day. And if you fall out, just laugh about it and come right back up. Maybe you go deeper and deeper. On each exhale, it's an opportunity to allow your body to go deeper. So inhale. Exhale, maybe sink down just a little bit more. And if you want the arm balance, you tried it on the other side, or you just want to try it on this side. Another thing that I like to do here is making sure that foot is tucked around my arm. And sometimes, like if you're a beginner, maybe just putting that weight into your arm is enough for you today. You really are going to feel this stretch. So maybe just put weight into the arm. And then when you're ready, lean forward a lot until you can raise that toe off the ground. And then once you can raise that toe off the ground, you're engaging your core and you're pressing down into your arms to lift as much as you can through your legs. And if this is scary, you can place a pillow underneath your face, just in case you face plant, and then come right back up to figure four. Inhale, knee to navel. Exhale, let it go, shake it out. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, step or hop back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward. And just walk it out, bending your right knee and your left, shifting your hips from side to side, breathing nice and easy. And now I want you to take a wide stance in your downward facing dog. Just not too wide, just hip distance apart with your feet, and your arms should be shoulder distance apart. And this is really hard, so we're gonna try it together. You wanna bring your fingertips out 2 inches and your toes back. And if you're a beginner, just stay here. You feel how much weight that puts into your front hand, your opposite foot. If you're more advanced, you can practice hovering, lifting. This is really hard, but we're working on balancing, so just lift a couple breaths and then slowly come down, or quickly come down. It's hard, all right? And then you're gonna come back into your downward facing dog. Make sure your heels are down. Walk your right hand up a couple inches, your left foot back. Again, just being here is good enough. You can hold it here, or if you want to balance on this side, and maybe you just lift a leg and you kind of play with the hand coming up, or maybe you lift both up. Again, pressing that heel down and back, lengthening and lifting as much as you can, feeling the balance in your fingertips as your fingers start to grip the ground, breathing here, and then coming down when you're ready. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, press back, downward facing. Completely let your head go here. Come up high up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, and step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale all the way up. Slight back bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center and down. All right, one of my favorite, tree pose. So right here, if you're like, never done tree pose before, you're just gonna kickstand your heel and bring your arms up and overhead into your heart center and just start right here. Breathing, feeling the balance. If this is easy for you, you can go ahead and grab that foot and move it up the thigh a bit. Again, engaging the core, shoulders down and back, and just find a gazing point. This is a beautiful time to think about your intention, you know, why you came to your mat today. What is something that, think about something that makes you happy, that every time you think about it, you just start to smile. Like, what is that? For me, it's my nieces and nephews. Like, every time I think about them, I just start smiling and I'm so happy. So think about that. And if you had a rough day or having a rough time, just think about whatever makes you happy. I'm thinking about my nieces and nephew and it makes me laugh. And if you want to take this pose advanced, you can actually bring your foot up to your hip crease, reach around, and you can kind of take your treat to the next level. And this is really great because it challenges your balance even more, and it's opening up your shoulder as well. So wherever you are is perfectly fine. And then we're all going to come out together. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, let go. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, bend your knees, stop or hop back. Now, if you're coming down into Chaturanga, make sure you're not going all the way down and let your shoulders crash forward. Go ahead and see if you can stop midway, holding it here. A lot of strength in the arms here. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, shift your hips back. Walk your hips out from side to side, bending your right knee and your left. And then slowly walk or hop yourself to the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. In, bend your knees, come all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center, hand down. Now we're gonna go to the other side again. Don't, like if it's your first time and you feel like you're falling out of tree a lot, just kickstand your heel and just stay present. And even while I'm going through the other variations, see if you can focus your mind on that thing that makes you happy and just allow your mind to relax and just be there with your breath. Again, options on this side is to bring your foot up. Just make sure you don't put your feet on top of your knee because that could be dangerous. You don't want to put much pressure on the knee joint because it's so vulnerable. And really, if your knee starts coming forward, really press it back. Open your heart, shoulders away from your ears. Breathing nice and easy. And if you want to take it more advanced, you can bring the foot up, reach around, grabbing the toe, opening the heart. The key here to getting your arm behind is to really open the heart and the chest forward and really take that knee and press it down towards the ground. And then you can bring your hand to heart center. Again, thinking about your happy. What makes you happy? Thinking about your happy. Are you happy? I hope so. And if not, hopefully thinking about something that makes you happy gets you closer to being happy. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, go ahead and release your legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, step or hop back. Remember, stop your Chaturanga here. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Breathing deep. Bending your right knee and then your left, shifting your weight from side to side. Come up high up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. And each time you forward fold, go deeper and deeper. Allow your body to release more and more. Inhale, arms up. And even on your back bend, take your heart higher to the sky. Maybe your arms go back a little more. Hands to heart center and down by your side. All right, we're gonna go through one of my favorite poses because I fall out of it a lot. The thicker my thighs are, the more I fall out of it. But we're gonna do eagle. So you wanna just take your legs up and around. And if this is where you are today, just stay here and then cross your right arm underneath your left for eagle arms. And, you know, like I said, this is challenging for me depending on, how I'm feeling, how much I've been working out, how sore my thighs are, or how, sometimes when I lift, they get a little bigger, and it's really hard to tuck my toe all the way. So, but if you can tuck your toe all the way, to go ahead and tuck it at the bottom. And then with the upper body, lift the shoulders, lift the elbows. The elbows and the shoulders should be on the same plane. If you could sink down a little bit more, go ahead and challenge yourself. It's totally normal to fall out. Get back in it. And then together, we're going to bring the knee to the navel. And then we're going to come back for warrior three. I know, can you see me shaking? This is not easy. So just keep a nice bend in the front knee. And then see if you can bring the elbows away from your chest. And see if you can get the foot on the same plane as your hip. And then bend the knee and step back for crescent. Inhale, bring the elbows up. Exhale, release into warrior two. The back heel comes down. Breathe it out. Inhale. And exhale. Sink down a little bit deeper. Inhale. And exhale. Hold it there. Reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Reach your hand out over your front toe and come down into triangle. And then slowly gaze up at your top hand. And here you're trying to open your heart more and more towards the ceiling as you shift your weight into your back hip. Gazing up at your hand, fingers wide, allowing that energy to flow through. And then back up to warrior two. Windmill your hands down into the lunge. Step your left foot back to meet the right. Slowly lower down, halfway. Chaturanga, inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Bring your toes together, touch. Shift your hips from side to side. Come up high up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees for chair pose. And this time we're going to go on the opposite side. Remember your modifications. So just crossing the left knee over the right, that's really good enough. Bring your hands to heart center. You might start here. With the arms, you want to cross the left arm underneath the right and bring the shoulders up, the elbows away from your chest. And if you can really sink down and tuck that toe behind, go ahead and breathe into that position. Again, moving the elbows further and further away from the chest so that the elbows are in alignment with the shoulders. If you can sink down one more inch, breathe, find your balance. Now keep your arms there. Slowly unravel your legs and send it back for warrior three. And see how far you can bring your elbows away from your chest, away from your shoulders. Lengthen out here, flexing your back foot. I know it's burning. It's burning for me too. And flex your back foot towards the ground. Bend your knee and slowly come back for crescent. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, turn the back heel down and bring the arms to warrior two. If you feel like your knee is kind of over your toe, you can scoot that foot up a little bit. It's always fine to make adjustments in yoga to make sure your body feels safe. Breathe deeply, engage your core, shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Reverse your warrior. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg, reach out over your toe, come into triangle. And if you need to use a book or a block here, it's fine. And you can keep your gaze down, or for the challenge, you can go ahead and take it halfway or all the way, looking up towards your hand, shifting the hips to the back as you lengthen through your fingertips. Open your fingers wide, just to release that energy. And on exit, every exhale, just breathe deeper, breathe fuller. Think about what makes you happy. Bend back into the front knee. Warrior two, windmill your hands into the lunge. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Slowly lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing, always using your knees if you need to. And 5 deep breaths here. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. This time, open your mouth, stick your tongue out. Deep inhale. Exhale. Again, just like that. Deep inhale. And exhale. And just breathe regular Ujjayi breathing in and out through the nose. Come up high up on your tippy toes, bend your knees, and step or hop halfway. This time, crossing your ankles and sitting down on your hips. So we're gonna balance on our hips here, and you can just start here. If this is hard for you, just stay here the entire time. If this is easy for you, come into boat pose. And if you want a challenge, go ahead and straighten your legs. Maybe if you can straighten your arms. And we're gonna come down and up. So if you're in boat pose, you can bring your hands here. And if this is challenging for you, you can also place your hands on the mat and just bring your knees into your chest. We wanna really work your core, your center, your strength, and your balance at the same time. So, but if your hands are down, just maybe a couple, you pick them up and see if you can get 1 or 2 in there. And if you're here, and this is easy, maybe straighten your legs for a couple, maybe shaking, you do a couple, maybe you go back and forth, but just always, if it feels good in your body, try to challenge yourself to go to the next level, only if it feels good. Couple more, wherever you are. And then hold it up, and slowly set your feet down. That was fun, wasn't it? I'm losing my mic here. All right, so scoot your heels to your hips, engage your core, and slowly relax back. We're gonna end with a bridge pose. Take a deep inhale, and exhale. Plant your hands down on the ground, palms facing down. And inhale, lift your hips up for bridge. Breathing nice and easy. Now, if this is hard enough, feel free to stay here. Otherwise, bring your toes together to touch. And bring your right leg up halfway, or you can extend it all the way up into the sky. Make sure your hips aren't sagging. Really press your hips up towards the sky. And slowly relax it down. Remember, staying at whatever level feels good for your body. Engage your core. Lift your leg halfway or all the way up. If you want to close your eyes, and if you don't have your up, just pretend your leg is up. Just start to visualize it, and then one day you'll just like pop it up there, and it'll be there. And slowly put that foot down, relax your hip down, bring your feet to the sides of your mat, knees together. Bring your right hand over your heart, your left hand over your abdomen, and take a deep inhale and exhale. Completely relax. Just release and let go. Think about what makes you happy again. Let that vibration of happiness radiate through every cell of your body. And then slowly bring your feet back to hip distance apart. Plant your hands down. So we're going to go for another back bend. You can do bridge again with the leg lift variations. Or if you like to come up for a wheel, I'm going to give you the modifications for that. Always remember to just stay wherever feels great for you. So we're going to come up, bridge. If you want to stay here, you can. Otherwise, if you'd like wheel, go ahead and place your hands beside your ears. And on an inhale, press yourself up. And once you press up, you can walk your hands in closer to your feet, or you can walk your feet closer into your hands. Feel free to come up onto your toes if that feels good. Just breathing nice and easy. And just melt your heart toward your hands. Really being nice and easy and open with your body. I always say open mind, open body. So just keep your mind open and just breathe with each movement. And feel free to stay here if you want to work on the leg variations on this side. Then slowly feel. Maybe just bring your foot up just a couple inches off the ground and just see how it feels to distribute the weight. Or if you're ready, you can bring the leg up halfway, pulling the knee into the navel, or you can bring it up all the way, whatever feels good for you. And then slowly come down, working on the other side. Bring the knee up half the way or all the way, whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, stay up as long as you want, but when you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands and feet away from each other. Bring your heels down and then your body down. Bring your feet to the corners of the mat. Let your knees fall together. Bring your left hand onto your heart, your right hand onto your abdomen. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Again, deep inhale. This time, sigh it out for the exhale. Again, just like that, inhale and sigh it out. Completely let go. Just breathe easy. Bring your knees into your chest. Just rock from side to side. Cross your ankles, rock forward and back, and rock yourself all the way up. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel a little more balanced after this class. Remember to comment below. I love reading your comments. Let me know how you enjoyed this class. Let me know what you like to see more of, and let me know what makes you happy. I would love to hear that. And as you know, I recommend doing a 10 to 20 minute meditation just to really center your mind after each practice. If you have time for it, if you only have 5 minutes, that's great as well. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.